Welcome back. In this second of a two-part episode of Cisco Tech Talk, I'll explain how TACACS Plus handles authentication, authorization, and accounting next. You've got the overall information about how TACACS Plus works and its benefits. Now, I'll explain how it works in practice. Here's a typical sequence. The user attempts to access a switch. The switch forwards the user's credentials to the TACACS Plus server. It verifies them against its database, whether that's Active Directory or a local database. The server either grants or denies authentication. If authentication is successful, the server provides authorization for allowed commands and logs the user's activity for accounting purposes. One of the biggest advantages of TACACS Plus over other AAA protocols like Radius is that it separates authentication, authorization, and accounting processes. This separation allows for much more granular control. For example, you can let a user log in but only give them access to certain commands or require extra approval for sensitive actions. Here's a closer look at the process behind the scenes. A user connects to a switch using SSH. The switch establishes a TCP handshake with the TACACS Plus server, authenticates itself, and authenticates the TACACS Plus server. The server then checks policies to determine if the connection is allowed and sends a challenge string to prompt the user for credentials. The switch relays those credentials to the server. If the credentials are valid, authorization follows. If not, the user is prompted again. Once authenticated, the switch checks what the user is authorized to do. The TACACS Plus server sends both the initial and maximum privilege levels. The user is then given the appropriate level of access. Level 1, 7, and 15 are supported on Cisco Catalyst 1300 series switches. A great new feature introduced with firmware 4.1.7 for Catalyst 1300 switches is per command authorization. When a user runs an individual command, such as show version or VLAN 20, the switch checks with the TACACS Plus server to see if the user is permitted to run that command. If permission is granted, the command executes. If not, it's blocked. If you have used Radius in the past, it may help to see how it compares to TACACS Plus. TACACS Plus uses TCP port 49 and encrypts the entire packet body, while Radius uses UDP and only encrypts passwords. TACACS Plus separates authentication, authorization, and accounting for specific command controls, while Radius combines these functions and is more limited in per command authorization. TACACS Plus is Cisco proprietary, whereas Radius is an open standard. TACACS Plus offers centralized management, letting you add, remove, or modify user access from one place instead of configuring each switch individually. It also supports high availability with redundant servers, making it easier to meet compliance and troubleshooting requirements. Here are the overall details of them both. To get started, you'll need a Cisco Catalyst 1300 switch and a TACACS Plus server like Cisco Identity Services Engine ICE, ACS, or Free TACACS Plus. The basic steps are to configure the TACACS Plus server, add your switches as network devices, enable AAA on the switches, set the server's address and shared secret, and set up authentication and authorization policies. Once everything is in place, the switch will hand over command control and logging to the TACACS Plus server. TACACS Plus is widely used in large enterprises, service provider networks, financial institutions that require strict auditing, and universities managing distributed campus switches. To sum it up, TACACS Plus is a secure, flexible, and centralized AAA solution that gives you powerful control over who can access your network devices and what they can do. It's a stronger choice than Radius for administrative access and is highly recommended for Cisco Catalyst 1300 switch management. With TACACS Plus, you get compliance, accountability, scalability, and a simpler way to keep your network secure and organized. If you're ready to move forward with TACACS Plus using Cisco ICE, click the link in the description for details. If you've already set up your server and are ready to configure TACACS Plus on your Catalyst 1300 switches, there's a link in the description for you too. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.